Big news, Walking Dead fans. Rick and the gang will return for more zombie slaying action this fall. The Season 6 premiere has been slated for October 11th on the AMC network. The trailer for the first 8 episodes has been released in sync with the show's panel appearance at Comic-Con 2015. I'm JC and welcome to the first episode of Chronochord on Television, where we preview and review television shows new and old. Today I will be reviewing the trailer for the first 8 episodes of the new season of The Walking Dead. The trailer begins with Rick hauling ass along a deserted Georgia road while quotes drop in from himself and other characters, followed quickly by a flashback of Rick shooting the abusive husband Pete in the season 5 finale. We then see Morgan greeting Rick with that surprised look on his face as he had just witnessed the execution. Now the first glimpse we see is Deanna, the leader of Alexandria, being approached by Father Gabriel as she is laying over a pool of blood, presumably from her dead husband Reg, who was accidentally killed by Pete. Meanwhile, Rick's voice is talking about how the people of Alexandria do not know how to survive on their own, and we then see Rick say to Morgan, "I don't take chances anymore," followed by Morgan's response of, "You should." Thus, the inevitable wedge between apparent Zen master Morgan and survival at all cost Rick begins. Then a barrage of quick scenes are shown where we see Morgan walking through the empty streets of Alexandria, followed by Rick firing into the air while on the other side of the wall a horde of zombies is moving through, and then there's a quick cut of a zombie getting its head sliced in two, succeeded by footage of Rick in a home talking to citizens about how to keep the town safe. Some more awesome footage of Michonne, Glenn, and Morgan taking it to some zombies is next. We have some dissension from a guy towards Rick in 2 different scenes here. Then we see the crew perhaps going on a supplies run, where it looks like a female character is overrun by walkers. It's hard to tell exactly who it is. I'm not sure, it might be Tara, unfortunately. Then we get an overhead shot of the graveyard, with more fresh bodies ready for burial by Abraham, as the dissenter keeps saying how many more people have to die before we do something. Now a quick glimpse of Michonne and a new character helping out what looks to be Father Gabriel through the woods is followed by Jesse being told, "Rick is dangerous," as if they did not already know that. Next we've got Rick and Daryl talking in the street about if the people of Alexandria can actually take care of themselves, and it seems as if Daryl does disagree with Rick about that. That is followed by Morgan talking to a few other people on a front porch, saying that he knows Rick and he knows how to stop him. It really looks like sides will be taken this season in Alexandria on The Walking Dead. Now we have Glenn talking with Maggie, mentioning that people are scared and that an eye should be kept upon her, which I'm going to assume is about Carol, who kind of took on a semi-villainous turn in season 5. Then a quick shot of Michonne confronting Aaron near the gate is dropped in there too. Carol is then shown telling who you assume would be Rick that even though Deanna is in charge, Rick is in charge now. Whether that relates to a particular mission they are on, or the overall state of Alexandria itself, remains to be seen. Then there's a clip of Rick standing upon a guard tower overlooking the wall. The next shot is Rosita walking with a member of Alexandria outside of the wall. We then have Morgan telling Deanna, "The world isn't what you thought it was, but you still know your way." We see Aaron looking at 2 people or walkers against the wall as he turns around with a very upset look on his face. Next is a shot of Carl walking the streets, seeing 2 people embracing. Seconds later we get a glimpse from above the town wall where a giant pack of biters is coming right at the gate. And that is followed by a shot of Morgan holding his trusty walking stick on what looks to be a dusty road. We've then got Jessie standing on her front porch telling a few citizens that this is what life looks like now. We have to fight it, because if we don't, we will die. Either she means survival versus the zombies or survival versus Rick and his rules. I'm pretty sure she means zombies, but during that we see Carl's young friend hiding behind a piece of wood, and a scene of Daryl and Sasha with others in that same dusty road area that we saw Morgan at previously. Then there's a really ominous shot of Michonne next to a barricaded door saying, "They're coming." Another glance out of a barricaded door shows a group of walkers in what looks to be the streets of Alexandria, followed by Jesse in a closet holding a gun, Now Deanna is shown saying he's been out there, he's faced it, we're going to trust him, all of us. You've got to assume she is speaking of Rick, but she might be talking about Morgan as well. Followed by that, we've got a shot of Glenn and a new companion taking out some zombies that are breaking their way out of a store window. We then have Morgan warning of, by choosing this life, you will die. Now that's mixed in with some action shots of Rick, Carol, and Nick, the chump who tried to kill Glenn in Season 5. We've got a hooded shooter in the streets taking a few people down, and then Morgan smashing someone in the face with his walking stick. Now Carl is shown taking cover with an assault rifle in a home, followed by Morgan then scanning a home for either zombies, humans, not sure about that either. We then get a quick shot of Carol walking in a jacket similar to that of the shooter previously mentioned, as Rick's voice is saying, "You really think you're gonna take this community from us?" Some frames are then shown of Daryl, Michonne, and Glenn in action with a quick snap of Rick. It looks like crying in an RV as he's driving away. Then we get another giant walker horde approaching as Abraham is screaming, "Don't do it, man," out of a car window. We get a quick flash of a guy in a watchtower with a rifle, and then Morgan's face, followed by Rick saying, "Do you have any idea who you're talking to?" I have to say there's a lot of good one-liners in this trailer. We then see what looks like Rosita and an Alexandrian keeping night watch over hundreds of zombies at the town wall, followed by a brief glimpse of Maggie and Aaron in a sewer duct getting attacked by a nasty looking biter in the sewer sludge. Then Aaron and others are shown helping a wounded person inside of a home in Alexandria. We get an over-the-shoulder shot of Deanna and Maggie, I think. Shows a burning man falling over the wall screaming, followed by quick edits of Glenn running, more walker swarms, Rick firing an AK, and that's all wrapped up with some zombies taking a fall off of a cliff. We are greeted by the show title The Walking Dead at that point, but wait, there is more. At the end of the trailer, we see Daryl being detained and tied up by some people in the woods, then possibly making his escape and fending off other enemies, both alive and dead. Holy crap, this season looks to be more exciting than ever before. Who's going to live? Who's going to die? We will find out much more in the October premiere. I want to thank you for joining me here on Chronochord on Television's review of The Walking Dead Season 6 trailer. Stay tuned for more great content from Chronochord Media, including our coverage of Fear the Walking Dead, the spin-off series from The Walking Dead. Make sure to subscribe if you have not already. Until the next episode, I'll see you at the zombie apocalypse.